Hello friends, this is Amy and welcome to my channel. Let's get making some pumpkins. These are those really fun little foam pumpkins that you can get at Dollar Tree. And we're going to just make two holes, one on the top, one on the bottom. And we're going to make these beautiful. Now I used some Rust-Oleum chalk linen white and just did 2 coats and let it dry in between coats. And then got the hot glue going. And then just start putting in this chunky yarn. It was from Walmart. And I want to just show you how it compares with my finger, the thickness of it. It's almost thicker than my finger. And made it go really fast. And I really love the softness of this chenille yarn. And it was really a lot of fun to do. This went really fast. It was very enjoyable, and I would encourage you, if you have these items, give it a try. Just go through and loop them around. I did look at the other colors they had, and I think it was a pink, and they had like a blue. And in hindsight, maybe I should have picked up a blue one and did it again with the blue. But you can see how this is coming together. It is so cute. This is, it was just, with the ease of making it and what they charge in a store, I tell you, you could get bigger pumpkins. They don't sell the larger ones at Dollar Tree, but if you found one, you could have such beautiful pumpkins. These were just little pieces of branch that Ed, my husband, had cut for me. And then I'm just going to take and fill in that hole with more of that chenille, because you'll have a few little pieces that might be left over. And there's actually plenty of it left over. So make it look how you want. And then I did secure it more with hot glue up on the top. And it would be just adorable just this way. But I did want to add in a few more touches and took off some leaves from a artificial flower and just added in those. I've seen prices on some of this stuff and it's very expensive. So to me, it looks better if it's, handmade anyway. This is one of the hula skirts that you can get from Dollar Tree. And I just kind of wanted to show you, I didn't end up using this, but if you get one of those skirts, you're going to have tons of this raffia for $1.25. What I tried to do is curl them the end so it looked like I think it's tendrils or trendles. And I went with the Mod Podge to try and give it a little bit of form. And I wasn't really liking it. To me, it looked a little messy. I put the pip berries on it and looked at it, and I decided to just take off the raffia. But it's whatever you like to do. Put on whatever you like. So I put on the raffia, and I liked it a whole lot better, just the plain. Want to mention too that the colors were pink and there was some blue there, and just showing you there's a ton left over. Let's keep rolling. This is the second DIY. So while I was at Walmart, I picked up a fat quarter, and just showing you the full piece, I did cut it down, and it's not rocket science. You just cut it to what you want. I believe I cut off 4 inches. I sewed it and made a tube. Now, before you inside it out, you're going to want to gather it. And I've made a few of these and had some boo-boos. What happens is if you use a string that's too light, it'll bust when you try and pull it together. So I ended up just using this twine. It's thin twine, and it actually worked great because then you can actually pull it tight and you're not going to worry about it busting off. So just back and forth so it gathers, and tie it in a knot. So inside it out. And then you might want to put something if you want to. I wanted to put a little weight in there so it would stay on the, upright. All I had was these little rocks, but the other ones I made, I used marbles, I used rice, you could use beans, and then just stuff it to whatever you think with your fiber fill, and then just follow up with this. You're going to tie it off again with that heavy duty string or twine. If you felt like it, you could tie it where you leave yourself a little hole for something. I just decided to tie it tight because I thought I can wiggle something in there. And now this is the part if you like to make where you have the shape of a pumpkin where it indents. And you're just going to take the needle and push it all the way through. And then tie it off. Now, I've seen other people, they keep one string and they just keep going. What worked best for me was I did it one at a time. And that way, nothing was in the way. You're not pulling it and then you're, pulling the other part tighter. And this way, it just worked really nice. And I'm using this as it's just a sleeve from a sweater. Just showing you, it started out about 9 inches. And my thoughts were I'm going to make a scrunchie. And so I didn't really want to go through all this and show you, the error I had. So I went through inside it out. And as I stretched it, it got to be more of a foot long. And I didn't show you, but I put some elastic in there. And this is just a piece of those little rolling pins. I don't care for these. I got them. They don't roll. They're just a wooden piece. So I'm going to stuff that in there and use that as the top of the stem. And see, that just fit in there super nice. And then here's my scrunchie that didn't really turn out as a scrunchie, but I thought it still was kind of cute for the top of this. So there's so many things you can do, to make things look cute. You don't have to do them all the same. So I'm just showing you, I'm trimming that down, made it thinner, and I just tied it off. In hindsight, I think maybe if I'd have gathered it like I did the pumpkin top, the tube, that'd have probably worked even better yet. But you know how it is, you just do it, you don't know. So I just popped it on there, and I still think, I love it. I think it's super cute. I really wanted lace, but I didn't have any. And then just glue it down and put some of the little pip berries on it. Just want to show you all the things I did. Of course, we went through these first two with the foam pumpkin. Remember, I said they had pink and blue. There's probably a lot of gorgeous colors in different brands. Look at that pretty one. I made some, ones with the buffalo check. I just had a lot of fun with these. I encourage you to try it and have fun. Just it'll be really fun to decorate for the autumn time. Let's keep rolling. We've got another pumpkin here to do, and these I just went down into Ed's scraps and pulled out, and I didn't have to do anything with them. These are all ready to go. And I'm still holding on to my little dried up container of Waverly white chalk paint because it's perfect for things like this. We want to go grungy, junky looking. And so just using some wax with the brown color and just putting it on. Now this is your primitive look if I ever did see it. And then those little pieces are just little things I've kept from cut-offs, like, I just cut off the top of that tiny little rolling pin. And those actually are cut-offs from the sticks that I've used to put the paint on. So use all that stuff. And then these are just little items. These are wooden leaves. I'm sure I got these at Hobby Lobby last year. Just fun little things to add on. And of course, a little ribbon is always fun. These were a lot of fun to make. I was trying to think of ways a person could come up with scraps, and if you don't have anyone that you know of, or my thought was maybe if you put something out on Facebook, like a local thing, there might be somebody that has freebies. Give it a try. I'm feeling better now, and I'm getting back into the crafting, and so glad that you've joined me on this video. Hope you all are doing well. We've got a lot more to see in this video, so stay tuned. Look at how fun they are. I am pleased. I really love how these turned out. And it didn't take long, it didn't take much, and pretty much free. Well, we've got more to see. Let's keep looking. Now this is the Couture I have started, I've joined, I'm a designer, and they have a surface wax that they use. You don't have to use it, but I wanted to try it. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference or not. I was trying to see, should I cut these down or should I not with the transfer? The answer is yes. You definitely want to cut them down, put them back on the backing and cut them down. And I'm just showing you this cute little set with all the variety of it. I just thought so cute. All right, I've made a choice. We're going to put this on this cute little pumpkin and using 3 colors. Now the first thing you want to do is take off the stickiness and then apply that down. It's so easy to do. You can either use the ink or the paste, and I believe these are inks. The ink is meant to be permanent. The paste is washable, like you can take it off, but I do believe it's on the black items that you can, reuse them. These are meant to do just once, these white backed items. Ta-da! Isn't that just pretty? I love it. So I set that aside to dry, and this is a very large transfer here. I'm just showing you and ways people have made that. And I'm going to put it on this longer pumpkin. To me, it may be, pumpkins are gourds, but to me I would consider it a gourd. I wouldn't call it a pumpkin, but you know what I mean. So just make sure you get the sticky off it and then just pop it on there. And I was just so impressed at how pretty this looked when I pulled it off. This happens to have a little shimmer, and what I'll do is I will list the names of these in the description box. So if you're using your paste and you want to make it permanent, just spritz them with, like a clear coating of some sort. I just use it in an aerosol can. Look at how pretty that is. It's just shiny, and that's all you need. And they have these other little cute ones for like tiered tray items. So I cut these down. And just to mention too, you just wash them under water, you let them dry, and they say they're good for like 7 to 10 uses. And then they're probably, not so nice. I don't know. I've not gotten to that point yet. I just keep going with them. Here's a cute little pumpkin for the tiered tray. And with this little tool, you can get in and get the little green that you want and the words. And just going to show you how these all turned out. With this little pumpkin kisses, I did put some paper along the edge of that. And here's another one with two colors. And I did paint it with the ink on the side with the orange. I've seen it where they do they'll paint the whole front of it with a color, let that dry, and then you can go over it again with maybe white or black or whatever so it stands out nicely. Here's how they all turned out. I love them, and this was so much fun to make. Thank you all, my friends, for checking in. We've got lots of fun things coming up, and keep checking my channel, and please like. I appreciate that. It keeps my channel growing, and you guys have a great Labor Day weekend, and goodbye.